Yo guys, what's up? A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. So we're just going to start where we left off yesterday, and that is with EURUSD. So EURUSD pumped up higher actually against my expectation, but regardless, I didn't really see any shorting opportunities. So I am glad that it did pump up because we are now inside a higher time frame POI. So we're currently inside a clean 4-hour area of supply. So as you can see straight away, we're seeing an instant reaction to that area of 4-hour supply. Obviously, we are pretty overextended in towards the highs, and we are definitely inside the extreme of the overall swing range, which is from that high all the way down in towards this low. So we're in the extreme. Internal structure saw a BOS over here. So obviously we're now looking for a pullback because we haven't seen a pullback yet after that BOS. So when do we expect the BOS, or also known as the break of structure, or what do we expect after a break of structure, excuse me, we expect a pullback. So pullback on the internal structure makes sense, and of course continuation on the overall swing structure also makes sense. So yeah, definitely looking for some further downside. Now on the 4-hour time frame, there isn't really anything in regards to fractal structure. Obviously we kind of have these lows over here which we could break. Or by the way, this is the fractal low over here of this bullish candle. So this is the low, and you would want this low to go before you can kind of get in a 4-hour trade. So that's going to take quite some time. Therefore, you want to be looking at the 15-minute time frame to see if there's any direct trading opportunity over there. Now, looking at the 15-minute time frame, what we can see is that yesterday, obviously, we had a continuation of the overall trend. That means that this is now the bullish swing structure. But we are inside premium, okay? So we're inside the blue zone, meaning that shorts are at good value. So now what I want to be looking for is potential trend continuation in towards the downside. There is no liquidation in that move up if you look at this area of demand over here. So I do think we can kind of start moving and pushing in towards the downside, more heavily, and not only just move in towards this POI and then, for example, just continue in towards the highs, okay? So that's what my main focus is for today, looking for a potential short here on the 15-minute time frame in towards the downside. Maybe we're going to shoot up first, or we're just going to continue the trend in towards the highs, and then that would be good for the 4-hour time frame, because then on the 4-hour that means that this becomes, for example, your fractal low, or this over here becomes your fractal low, and we could then short on the break of that 4-hour low. But otherwise, just focus on the 15-minute time frame and try and identify a potential short over there. Now going in towards the dollar index itself. So dollar index pushed down lower, guys. As we can see, we have now seen a 4-hour BOS. So we've now broken the 4-hour swing structure, meaning that we are now nearing, or we are now inside this 4-hour demand zone, which we've had drawn in for a pretty long time. So after that 4-hour BOS over here, and that is, let me just draw that in correctly. That is over here. After 4-hour BOS and coming in towards an area of demand, obviously we expect a potential pullback. So especially because you kind of at least want to see a pullback in towards this zone over here. So looking today for some, let's say short-term upward movement on the dollar, before then potentially heading down lower. Obviously this now is our area of supply. If we break that area of supply, the dollar index does have room to push up higher. There are still some fresh areas of demand over here, or over here, for example. There's no liquidation in that move down, so there is liquidity above here. So you have equal highs over here. So we just remove the lines. We have equal highs over here. We also have some equal highs over here. So a lot of liquidity still open. So I would like to see a move upwards on the dollar index, resulting in that short on euro dollar that we're looking for, okay? Now going in towards AUDUSD, what are we seeing on this pair? AUDUSD has indeed kind of continued down lower, still looking maybe for one more push up before getting a very good valued short. Still a lot of liquidity open below these lows, so yeah, definitely still want to see a push downwards from Aussie dollar. I mean, overall looking at the 15, yesterday we did mention you could kind of look at this area of supply for potential short, but as we can see, we just pushed up a little bit higher, grabbed more liquidity above kind of like all of these equal highs over here, and then we started to push down lower, broke kind of like this internal trend, right? We had like higher high, higher high, higher high, and then we had a low, lower low. So at the moment, we're looking for kind of like on this impulse down, a potential continuation in towards the downside. So that is kind of what's on the table for Aussie dollar. Going in towards the daily, there is still room for it to push down lower. Obviously, after a daily BOS over here, you expect a pullback, especially coming from that higher time frame area of supply, which we highlighted yesterday. So this demand zone over here is currently open. So yeah, waiting for that zone to get hit, pretty much just that. Going in towards pound dollar, what are we seeing over there? So pound dollar actually moving down lower very nicely. As mentioned in yesterday's video, we reached that higher time frame area of supply, so that daily extreme supply zone over there. We saw daily BOS over here, right? So we're now inside of this supply zone after a daily BOS. So we're obviously looking for a potential downside movement in towards this demand zone or in towards this demand zone. So how do we identify that potential short play? Well, obviously looking at 4-hour structure. So at the moment, this black line over here is the low 129, what is it? 129,663. So if we break that low, then I'll be going into a short for sure, because for now we're kind of like tapping in towards this area of consolidation. That's why we're also seeing like a bullish reaction as of now. I don't expect this bullish reaction to like really hold or sustain, because there's also no liquidation in that move up. So it's very likely that we're going to liquidate the lows themselves. So I'm actually more interested in a potential short today on pound dollar. So yeah, keep my eyes open for that. So yeah, keep an eye open for those potential shorts coming up on pound dollar. Going in towards Kiwi dollar, what are we seeing there? So yeah, there was a short yesterday. So we highlighted in yesterday's video that the 4-hour is bearish. So high, and we have the low. So we pulled back exactly in towards the 50% mark, as we can see, and we have this area of supply. So 4-hour supply, we're bearish. So yeah, very obvious that we're looking for shorts. Went in towards the 15-minute time frame. And what you can then see is that we obviously came in towards there. We had that BOS over here on the 15-minute time frame, kind of like that bullish trend. We're taking a short inside the premium of this 50-minute swing range, and then going into towards the entry itself, you have a very nice structural play where you get a change of character over here, then you get another change of character over here. As you can see, we again moved in towards this supply zone and then again continued down lower, but the initial entry was of course from this supply zone, and as you can see, we tap in and we move back out for quite a quick 3% trade. So very nice trade there on NZDUSD. Now overall, just looking for the downside play. Last of all, gold. What are we seeing over there? So gold is a little bit messy, I would say. Still, I would be looking for just a slight more downside over here. 4-hour change of character bullish, then 4-hour change of character bearish. So we're now kind of like in supply, but obviously we're very bullish on gold. So it doesn't make sense to like really short it, but it could indicate that there is going to be one more push down in towards, let's say, an imbalance / demand zone. And the balance candle, guys, is just a 50% body candle before then moving up higher again. So going towards the 15, and then you could see, okay, there is potential, for example, for a short from this supply zone if you're looking into those riskier plays. Maybe just put it to break even real quick. So just wait for that 50-minute change of character and then look for that short. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day and speak soon.